Hello and welcome back to Codecademy's Learn JavaScript Conditional Statements. This is the switch keyword. Else-if statements are a great tool if we need to check multiple conditions. In programming, we often find ourselves needing to check multiple values and handling each of them differently. For example, let grocery item be assigned papaya. If grocery item is equal to tomato, we log out tomatoes are 49 cents. Else if grocery item is papaya, we log out papayas are 129. Else, we log out invalid item. In the code above, we have a series of conditions checking for a value that matches a grocery item variable. Our code works fine, but imagine if we needed to check 100 different values. Having to write that many else-if statements sounds like a pain. A switch statement provides an alternative syntax that is easier to read and write. A switch statement looks like this. So we have here our grocery item papaya variable, and then we have our switch statement, which takes in grocery item, and then we have our cases. First case tomato logs out tomatoes are 49 cents, then it breaks if it is true. Case lime does the same thing, then breaks if it is true, and then case papaya will run because it is true here that grocery item is papaya, will log out papayas are 129 and then break, and the default will never run. So the switch keyword initiates the statement and is followed by parentheses, which contains the value that each case will compare. In the example, the value or expression of the switch statement is grocery item. Inside the block, there are multiple cases. The case keyword checks if the expression matches the specified value that comes after it. The value following the first case is tomato. If the value of grocery item equal tomato, that case's console.log would run. The value of grocery item is papaya, so the third case runs. Papayas are 129 is logged to the console. The break keyword tells the computer to exit the block and not execute any more code or check any other cases inside the code block. Without break keywords, the first matching case will run, but so will every subsequent case regardless of whether or not it matches, including the default. This behavior is different from if-else conditional statements that execute only one block of code. So using your break is important. If you do not have the break keyword, it will continue running. At the end of each switch statement, there is a default statement. If none of the cases are true, then the code in the default statement will run. Our instruction says, let's write a switch statement to decide what medal to award an athlete. Athlete final positions already defined at the top of main.js, so start by writing a switch statement with athlete final position as its expression. So we're going to basically copy what they did here, but we're not going to do any cases yet. We're just going to set it up. And this should look very similar. We're going to do a switch, and it's going to take this athlete final position, and after just the opening and closing curly brace. And that should be it for the first instructions. Run that. And we did pass. Second, they're telling us inside the switch statement add 3 cases. The first case checks for the value first place. If the expression's value matches the value of the case, then console log the string, you get the gold medal. Second case checks value second place. If it's true, log, you get silver medal. Third case checks for value third place, and if true, logs out, you get the bronze medal. And then remember to add a break after each console.log. So similar again to up here, we're going to create 3 cases, and within our code, we're going to create those cases. So go here, go inside of our switch. First one should be case, first place, and if that's true, we're logging out. You get the gold medal, then break. Then our next case, case second place. If that's true, then we console log. You get the silver medal, then break. And then our third case would be third place with a console log. You get the bronze medal, and then with a break. So that should pass this second task. In the code block of the third case, we forgot our exclamation, and now that should pass. It does pass. Third, Now add a default statement at the end of the switch that uses console log to print no medal awarded. If athlete final position does not equal any of the values of our cases and the string no medal awarded is logged, remember to add the break keyword at the end of the default case. So again, looking up here, we see that we get the default. So under the break, do default console log no medal awarded, and then our break. Run that. Forgot the period. So you want to be precise. Run that. And it does pass. So basically the switch statement is very similar to if statements. The only difference is just it's shorter syntax again. It's cleaner looking. Works the same. We provided the condition, and then each case will check that value to see if it matches what we want. If so, we could run code. If not, it will move on to the next case and repeat until all are checked. Make sure to have the break where you want it to break, or else the code will keep on running. If all of them are false, then the default will run. If you get that, you get this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.